Hey, thanks for checking out Vinyl and Hops, episode 14. We are your hosts, Rob and Ray, here to bring you another installment of beer and records. This week's theme, if there's a theme, heavy for the most part, fast. Well, not necessarily fast, just heavy, just good stuff. Bringing you the good stuff.
Independent. So I don't know.
No, they're not a major.
Yeah.
Damn it. Just good music. It's a good music. We're bringing you the good stuff like we always do.
Yep.
And we even got a special beer for you as well.
I guess a little tribute.
Yes.
We could say. So Southern Star.
Conroe, Texas.
Yep, Conroe, Texas had worked with. Do you know how to pronounce the name correctly? Najura Bunjit?
That sounds good.
All right, we'll go with that. They had communicated with the founder of Najura Bunjit, and
which is so random. You're communicating with a small, not small, but rarely small, compared to like how do you know about them outside of Texas?
I hadn't heard about them until they were teaming up with Southern Star, and it was announced that they were going to play a show.
I meant how do you know about Southern Star? Unless Southern Star reached out to them because they like their music.
I think Southern Star reached out to them.
Okay.
Because supposedly I think Dave, one of the owners of Southern Star, was a huge fan of the band, and so he reached out to them, wanting to make this beer and wanted to bring them to the brewery. So they made a Transylvanian-inspired dark ale. So I mean, it's like a dark, malty, smoky beer. Like it's definitely some smoked malt in there. Not hoppy at all. Just kind of. It's a little. It's not necessarily easy to drink.
No, it's not.
It's definitely like the black metal of beers. If I had to pick one.
Yes, I would agree.
Like it's not easy to drink at all. It's just intense, in your face. But you can tell that there's an artistry there behind it that is just kind of smooths it all out.
Yes.
So they made the beer, and the plan was to bring the band to the brewery, and then tragedy happened, and that could not happen anymore. So they still made the beer. I think they're going to continue to produce it as a tribute to the band, but
so what happened? The singer passed away?
The singer passed away. They were on tour in the States.
That's crazy.
2 weeks before they were supposed to play at Southern Star, and you woke up the next morning and that was the story. The singer passed away. There's a Facebook post from Southern Star on Facebook, because that's where you do Facebook posts.
Correct.
Saying that with sadness in their hearts that the thing could not go on, because obviously it's going to be difficult without a member of the band. So
that's a bummer.
That's a Vinyl and Hops tribute to Najura Bunjit.
I'd pour some out, but this will definitely stain my floor.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Alright, so let's dive into some metal. I'm going to dive into some metal here. Decided with how awesome the new Mastodon record is. I think I had Leviathan on vinyl, and that was it. So I just randomly, in like 2 weeks, have bought all of their studio albums except for Remission, which I need to find. I looked for it yesterday. But I could not find it. So here's a couple. Their last 2 studio albums. This one is, and artwork's just fantastic. This is why you should collect vinyl. Mastodon, Once More Around the Sun. Me, up there. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. So, full disclosure, once The Hunter came out, I lost interest. I didn't like it at all. I heard it on our local rock radio station, which I think is embarrassing for any band to be on because they're awful. Sorry, the buzz. But this one was a step in the right direction. I liked, the High Road, when the High Road single came out, I thought that was pretty cool. It's still, very catchy, but still had that Mastodon sound to it, which I didn't really get from the Hunter. So I kind of, I listened to it and I was like, all right, it's okay. It's a couple good songs, whatever. I guess they're done, now that they're on Warner or whatever. But needless to say, I'm going to go right into my second one here. Their new album, Emperor of Sand, is fantastic. Definitely another step in the right direction. Show Yourself, which is the single from this record, sounds like the Foo Fighters got together with Queens of the Stone Age and and did a Mastodon cover, or not really a Mastodon cover. They got together and they
Wrote a song for Mastodon?
wrote a song for Mastodon's record. That would be it. I love it. I've heard a lot of hate for it. I think it's catchy as fuck and really good. And you can't, like, I've been up on stage and it's a pain in the ass to just, sometimes you just want to rock out and play something simple. I mean, come on. They've got a lot of intricate songs. So, album is loosely based on the band's recent kind of dealings with cancer for some of their family members. And so, kind of focuses on that subject, which a lot of us have, kind of either experienced themselves or know someone close that has. So that was very cool. They did at least an 11-part YouTube series. Check that out. I've watched all of them so far. They keep putting them out. There was another one last week that I just watched. Might have wrapped it up after that. Anyway, 4 sides, double album, gatefold, standard black vinyl. Standard black vinyl on Once More Around the Sun as well. Got some, cool little kind of artwork here. It's just a good album. I like it. I like it a lot. Favorite songs would probably Show Yourself, Steam Breather, which just has this like real low kind of just groove to it. Really cool. Clandestiny's good. The whole thing's good. Just go out and buy it. I mean, a lot of people have. It actually debuted at number 7 on the Billboard charts, which I love when good bands get success. So check them out. Mastodon, if you haven't heard of them, please do. If you're not a huge metal fan, maybe start with The Hunter then, or start with some of their newer stuff and work your way back. If you're a huge metal fan, maybe start with the earlier stuff and work your way out. A lot of elements of prog and some of the newer stuff, and I don't know, it's worth checking out. It's really good.
Did you get both of those at Wax Taps, or was it some of the other Mastodon stuff that you went on shopping spree at Wax Taps?
I did get both of these at Wax Taps, not on the same day, but both of them I did, and hopefully, what y'all doing, guys? Get me remission so I can come up and get it. Come on, it's the only one that you didn't have. So, that's a couple of my recent finds in the metal category. What do you got?
Well, I'll continue with the metal because this was one that I was super excited about buying because I didn't listen to this band's first album because I didn't know anything about them. And then this one came out and it was just promoted everywhere. It was on every Instagram, everything ever. And the first time I listened to it, I instantly fell in love with it. I can't stop listening to this album. And it is KHEMMIS Hunted, which I got this from 20 Buck Spin, which is an online record store, and it's awesome.
A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good quality too, because it comes with a little book, a little lyric book inside of it. Yeah, which you don't see often with.
If I see them, I'll see them like as like a lyric sheet or almost like a bigger booklet, but nothing little like that.
Yeah, no, cool. This is like it's got the artwork inside of it with all the lyrics for each song. It's really cool. It's a really nice extra step, and then the record itself is this kind of clear,
like a purple, translucent purple almost,
something like that, like a magenta, purple, pink. I don't really know what color you would call that, but this album is just the drummer is one of the brewers at True in Denver, which is awesome.
Send us your beer.
Yes, we had your what was it called? You Got Red on You, which was the Shaun of the Dead reference that they brewed with Brash here in Houston. And I did not get a chance the one time I was in Brash. One time I was in Denver so far to go to True, but my next trip to Denver, I'm going to stop by there for sure. But anyway, the drummer of this band is one of the brewers there, and it's just kind of doom metal and kind of the sludgy stoner metal stuff I struggle with a lot because it's a little too slow.
But the vocalist is really good, which that kind of is what works for me.
It's got a good pace to it. Like it's not too slow that you're bored to death. But it's
a lot of melody and harmony too, which I like.
Yeah, it's just a great album, and they have one other album out so far, and this one came out less than a year after that other one, which a lot of people thought they were going to take some time to write another one. But all the references are they just finished touring with this one, and apparently they're already going to the studio to work on their third.
Nice.
So they're just busting their ass to put out.
While the momentum is going, you gotta ride it, man.
Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to get a chance to go see them. But yeah, KHEMMIS, Hunted. I don't think I ever actually said what it was. Oh, it did? Okay. Yeah, great album.
Awesome.
And then...
Decibel Album of the Year, apparently.
Oh, yeah, apparently. I didn't even read the sticker on the cover of it. But yeah, I don't know if you probably can't read that, but he read it for you. And then my last one, to kind of break from the metal for this one, because it was a moment of victory over a record label for what is now an independent artist, is one of my favorite ska punk bands of all time. One of my favorite bands of all time is Somewhere in the Between from Streetlight Manifesto. I know I did Everything Went Numb on a past episode of Vinyl and Hops. It's probably the somewhere in 2, 3, 4 range, which was their first album. I believe this was their 4th album, I want to say. I think they had one more after this on Victory. And then they really haven't put anything out since, because they've been in dispute with Victory since then. Because they want to own their music and they want to do what they want to do with it. And they reached a settlement the past week, and now they own all of their music.
That's awesome.
And they've been...
As all artists should.
Yes. And plus it's also on a
That's cool.
Nice little light blue record. But
it's very similar to the Snapcase one from the last episode.
Yep, from episode 13, where the Record Store Day recap. There we go, that's what it was. But yeah, so Streetlight Manifesto owns their music now.
Awesome.
I know they've been working on music this entire time, they've been going through this thing with Victory.
Catch 22 reunion! No way.
Doubt that's gonna happen.
Damn it.
But you can probably look forward to more new Streetlight Manifesto music. They're doing another tour. They want to promote themselves as much as possible because they have some great fans who really love their music, me being one of them included. And they own it and they're independent, and Tokay can promote his own music through his own record label. They're probably going to start putting out a bunch of shit. So get ready for it.
I'm alright with that because I also like them. Cool. Good stuff. We'll be back next week with another episode and some more beer. Anything you want us to maybe review? Anything? Not that I'm going to just go start buying whatever records you tell me to, but I mean, anything you want to see, maybe I've already got it and I can review it. Any beers you'd like to know a little more about, let us know in the comment section below. Head on over to LOTD Podcast via LOTDpodcast.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got 108-ish episodes, all kinds of topics, interviews. It's great. You'll like it. If you like this, you'll definitely like the podcast. If you don't like this, you'll definitely like the podcast. So, you'll like the podcast? Anyway, check it out wherever podcasts are sold. They're free. You don't have to pay for it. Unless you want to. You can head on over to patreon.com/LOTD podcast and help fund Ray and my trip to Western New York to do a bunch of Vinyl and Hops episodes, a bunch of Live on Tape Delay episodes, and just get us all together in one room for the orgies.
And I've never had supposedly real wings.
Exactly.
And
so
we want to make that happen.
Anything helps, and if you want to throw us a couple bucks to get a beer, we would appreciate it. If not, that's cool too. We'll see you next time on Vinyl and Hops. See ya. Peace.